The Courier-Post. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Sully.
What's up, buddy?
Just getting ready here for regions to start, man. We got some semifinals kicking off here in about 20 minutes down here in Toms River. Beautiful Toms River, Sully.
Nice. So what's your attire for region championship Saturday?
Well, I got on some nice dress shoes, some khakis, one with a plaid shirt, green tie.
Shirt and tie, yeah, for wrestling?
Oh, you know it, man. Shirt and tie every day.
Gotta like it.
Every day, man.
Gotta like it.
Yeah, you gotta look good. Gotta look good.
Dude, your boy Kevin Minnick was on point today. He's in playoff mode.
Kevin's always on point, Sully. I don't know what you're talking about, but
I don't know. He had a little extra pep in his step this morning.
Did he? He's hopped up on the playoff juices, man.
Yeah.
You got to get. This is the time of year you got to be on your A game, man.
Are you juiced up here for what do you got? Region 7, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm juiced up, but I'm more coffeeed up right now. I gotta stop running on fumes. I gotta get some more caffeine in the system, man.
I hear you, man. This is a crazy week. All kind of stuff going on.
Definitely. You have Wednesday night. We were here last night, and then up and at it today, all day today, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Then you got Atlantic City next week. I'm sure you'll be down there for the weekend, right?
Oh yeah. Whatever's left of me will be there.
You gonna stay over, partake in the Atlantic City nightlife, or no?
We're gonna stay over.
Are
Usually the nightlife kind of misses us because we're kind of out of it. I think we're all ready to sleep.
You're knee deep in agate at that point.
Oh yeah, a lot of agate, a lot of typing. Getting the stories out, getting it out for the people. The Mad Pack does sleep a little bit, but not a whole lot.
So what's on your radar this weekend at Regions?
Well, for me, I want to see if the seeds hold true at the 152-pound class. Haddonfield's Chris Ballatino's only lost once. Avery Denardi's a two-time regional champ. He's from Holy Cross. Those guys, Denardi's the 1 seed, Ballatino's the 2. I'd like to see them square off. It should be a heck of a bout if they both get there. That's one thing I want to see for sure. Obviously, Joe Manchio, the Seneca Junior, who won states last year, looks like he's in position to get back to the final, and it's always a pleasure to watch him wrestle. He's one of the best around. So, there's a lot of good kids. It really, you never know what storyline's going to jump out either.
Mark, how did Friday night go at Region 7? Any big upsets we should know about?
Yeah, there was one. Camden Catholic's Ronnie Crane beat the 1 seed, Adam Goodwin, at the 6. That was a big upset, and that was in the 170 class. Only one favored wrestler made it to the semifinals. Everybody else is in the conceit. So there were some upsets there, and that was a big one for Camden Catholic and Crane, who's a sophomore, tough kid. Nearly got pinned in the conceit finals last week at District 25. Bounced back and won last night. So, it was an interesting night. Things were moving so fast. We got 4 mats. I think we were here probably 2. There was about 2 hours of wrestling. We only went through 1 round last night. So there's a lot on tap today, a lot in store. But things moved pretty quickly last night, and I think everybody was happy about that.
Talking with Mark Trible of the Courier-Post. Mark, interesting story you had in today's Mad Pack about the freshmen. You see a lot of freshmen at these lower weights, 106, 113, 120, those kind of weight classes where the guys are real light coming into high school, and we kind of forget about sometimes when you get to regions, these kids are 14 years old.
Yeah, and we've spoken about it before a little bit, Sully, and these kids who wrestle year-round from the time they're, 8, 9 years old. So, some of these kids are freshmen in terms of their weight and in terms of their grade, but they're advanced wrestlers, and they know the techniques, and they know a lot of the kids they're wrestling against from years on the mat. So It's interesting. There are freshmen who are very, very good, and they face a different type of pressure when the postseason starts, and how they deal with that was something that I found interesting. Some kids do get very, very nervous. It's a big stage. Obviously, each week you go along here, the stage only gets bigger. Some kids do get some anxiety about it, and other kids, they don't even think about it. So it's interesting to see how that plays out, and also people who have older siblings who've wrestled on big stages. Sometimes it's a little bit easier for them. They kind of know the process of it, what to expect, the crowd size, and have seen their siblings kind of hang in there and get through some of these tournaments or plays, or they might have an early loss. And so there's a level of maturity that comes with just being around that, I think, too.
Great quote from your boy Brandon Green from Paulsboro, 152-pound freshman. He said, when I first get out there, I got the bubble guts.
Yeah.
That really puts it in perspective.
That's exactly right. There's butterflies, there's bubble guts, there's all types of topsy-turvy stuff going on for these kids internally when you square off. And as we've mentioned before, it's a one-on-one sport. Everybody's looking at you. There is no one else to blame if you lose. So that's an added level of pressure, I think, that you can't really hide out there. So Brandon Green's done a phenomenal job for Paulsboro this year. He's one of the best freshmen in South Jersey easily, and he's had a nice tournament here as well. So he's put himself in a position where he could even get some more bubble guts next week in Atlantic City.
Yeah, it's interesting because high school is a different animal when you talk about wrestling. These kids, a lot of these kids are very, like I said, high-level wrestlers. They go to these tournaments all over the place, but it's a different feel in high school because you're there representing your school. There's guys who wrestled at that school from years past in the stands. I mean, it's a whole different kind of pressure, I think, for these kids.
Yeah, it is, and to circle back on something else too, and Green told me the same thing. When you're in midget wrestling or middle school wrestling, and you might be in a weight class that's defined to maybe a grade or two in terms of the age limits, and here that's not the case. Brandon Green could and has wrestled seniors who have done this 3 times. So that becomes a whole nother animal. They might be stronger and more mature and better equipped or more locked in because they know it's their last go around if they're seniors. So
right.
Then that adds another element of it that is even more impressive when these freshmen win against kids who have been through the meat grinder a couple times.
How's the crowd looking so far up there at Toms River?
The crowd's good. People are filing in. They're parking from far away. I'm outside right now. Parking lot seems to be jam-packed. They got some crowd control out here controlling the parking lots. This is a big-time event, and Pine Belt Arena is a fantastic venue for it. It's big. We were just here a couple weeks ago for the team championship. So it's a good venue. There's a lot of people. People making the hike. Most of these people most of the kids who are wrestling are from either Camden, Burlington, or Gloucester County. And so a lot of people, made the drive, stuck it out to come down here. Saw a couple of your Lacey Lions also, that's a little bit closer drive. But
my boy Gutierrez, he made it to the States last year.
Yeah, he did. And I believe he beat one of the freshmen from that story, Cody Walsh, Camden Catholic, who hung with him last night. But Gutierrez, undefeated, I believe. Certainly the pride of Lacey. I didn't ask him, but it was implied that he knows about the legacy of David Sullivan as well.
He probably knows my brother more than me. My brother's been teaching up there for 30 years, so he's probably got him as a teacher.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, that's great. I name drop frequently with your name whenever I'm anywhere, Dave, but I'll be sure when I bump into some Lacey folks, I make sure to bring them.
Yeah, mention Mr. O'Sullivan. They'll know the history teacher at Lacey. So
they'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, he's big time up there.
They'll probably say, "You mean the brother of Dave O'Sullivan, right?"
They won't know me. I've been out of there for 27 years. So.
Well, I'd like to think your legacy lives on. If that's not the case, please don't tell me.
Well, interesting. Last night, I was actually taking pictures of John Stout's kid, and I graduated with John back in 1990. So it's kind of, as you get older, you start seeing the guys you grew up with, and now their kids are high school wrestlers.
You know, that's one thing that I like about being from Virginia is I don't have to see that and feel older by seeing people whose younger brothers or their kids or their cousins wrestle. That makes it a little bit easier on me. I don't date myself as much that way. These kids are all new, but you do see some younger brothers, some kids coming up, and get to know these folks. And yeah, it's good. It's good to see success at this level from kids who work so hard, no matter if you know them or you don't. And certainly Stout had his fair share of success and just continued that. Kid as well, yeah, absolutely.
You going to stop by the office there on Route 72 when you get out of the wrestling?
You know, I saw the office, and I don't think I'm going to stop there. I think it didn't. I saw it, and it didn't jump out at me. So I don't know what that does for the office. Nothing against it, but yeah, I kind of wondered if I should be there. If I go there, it would have to be during the daytime. It didn't look like a place I'd feel comfortable at night.
All right, Trible, man. Enjoy your day up there. We'll check in with you next week. We'll get everybody jazzed up for states.
Dave, it's a pleasure talking with you as always, man. Enjoy your Saturday, and let's see some great wrestling.
All right, man. You too. Have a good weekend, bud.
All right.
That was Mark Trible of the Courier-Post.